Welcome to the Hot Rod Daddy Andy podcast show, episode number 8.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. It's been a hell of a 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks ago, it was freezing cold outside, so no one wanted to do anything.
Yeah, plus we were sick.
Yeah, yesterday I was sick too, so we have not done an episode in 2 weeks. We are not dead, we are just dying. That is what's happening to us.
Yeah.
It has been crazy. I haven't been wrestling a lot, but I have been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I can't mention yet.
Soon.
Really soon, actually. All the licenses and crap have just gone through, so it's actually going to come real soon. I do have a show this Saturday, Frontline Pro in Marshfield. Come out. It's a great time. It's televised, so it's also going to be like loud and chaotic. What are you doing, Michael?
Me, I'm watching wrestling. Yeah,
He's watching more wrestling.
that's
than I
about
do.
it.
I don't get to watch a lot. I mean, I watch.
Trying to catch up and study up.
Yeah, he's watching way more than I am.
I feel like a fraud sometimes when I get on here because other people know so much more than me.
Yeah, I mean, you know the storylines. I mean, you're
That's
seeing
true.
a lot more wrestling news now than probably ever before.
Yeah, it's
And-
been insane.
I mean,
We didn't even get a chance to talk about the Rumble, and now it's like
it's
it feels pointless.
Yeah, it feels pointless. We'll do a little recap of that, I guess. I think I chose Punk to win, and I was totally wrong about that in the men's Rumble. But I did get it right, and I chose Bayley to win the women's Rumble. And I was super
I don't
happy
even
about that.
remember who I picked
you
to
were
win
right
the
in the list
women's.
as we were going.
Yeah, but I did pick Cody to win, I think.
I think you and Rachel both.
I
picked
expected Cody to Iron Man the whole thing, but he didn't come in
Cody.
until
No, he was
like
pretty much
midway
last
through or
almost.
something.
Yeah, 13th, I think, or something like that. Weird number. But I
No.
definitely picked Bayley to win, and I'm happy about that.
It was-
we were way off on the women's Rumble.
It was a bad Rumble.
I mean,
The whole show
I
seemed
think the
bad.
women's one was good, but the men's one was a little bit weird.
Watching the men's, I realized how good the women's was because when we first watched the women's, me and you both were like, "This is not good."
Yeah, and then it got good.
It got a lot better. The best surprise between the two was probably Cargill.
Yeah, Cargill was there. I think I had told you about the TNA Knockouts champion popping up,
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Jordan.
Jordan Grace. So that was
She
pretty
was
cool.
impressive.
I mean, we're gonna get Bianca and Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. That'll be crazy.
That would be crazy. And then I hope.
They don't need a title. They can just have a singles match. Which
So does that mean they're immediately going to make Cargill a heel like AEW did?
I don't think she's gonna be a heel. I think it's gonna be like face. It's just gonna be.
I'm kind of hoping because Bianca doesn't have a belt. I'm hoping they have this match, they shake hands, and they form a tag team.
I don't want them to be a tag team. I want them to be separate. I want her to get. Well, she's on SmackDown.
I
but
think they're gonna they want to bring Cargill up, but I don't think she's at the level that WWE would want.
yeah, they have
So
a
I think
specific way.
Having her pair with Bianca would help carry her.
The men's rumble was all right. I mean,
No, it wasn't.
it was all right.
Punk
I
got
am,
hurt. It was predictable.
I am super happy that I got one perfect guest in position. I got Dominic Mysterio. I called him at the exact number he came out. That was the only perfect of the night that I got.
Best moments were still R-Truth in both Rumbles.
I wish they would have just kept him and allowed him to be in the women's rumble, and then that was like his elimination. That way, it would have been just like he's gone.
Yeah.
Did
But
the Miz show
getting
up in
Dom
the
to
Rumble?
tag him in for the Rumble.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. That
Oh.
was hilarious. Did the Miz show up in the rumble, or am I like mistaken?
Don't think so.
That's weird. I feel like
Because he got John. Huh?
maybe I don't remember.
No,
It
he
feels
did,
the Rumble was
'cause
like 2 weeks
He
ago.
did because Miz was going to throw Dominic out.
Yeah, that's right. So the Miz was in, but like I said, I only got one perfect right. I think Rachel got like 2 or 3.
I couldn't tell you.
Uh,
I felt like crap that day. I wasn't even trying to keep track.
yeah, it was hard to communicate, but I was just excited to be like, oh, I got Dominic.
Yeah,
Dominic
it
came out of the
was-
right number. I chose. This is the best day ever.
He's slowly getting more and more
But
impressive.
we did not get Trish Stratus like I thought we would.
We didn't get many
We
surprises
did
at
not
all.
get AJ Lee like everyone was
Why
thinking.
didn't they put Jinder in if he's back?
Who? Jinder?
Yeah.
He wasn't in the Rumble, was he?
No.
What the heck?
It's like he was there and gone.
They hindered Jinder. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's out of there.
Yep.
They gave him a world title shot, and then they threw him out. He's
But-
gone again.
Perhaps, I mean, this is really why we're doing this episode because we missed the Rumble episode. But this was all catch up.
Oh yeah.
The biggest deal is who won the men's Rumble and what
Aftermath.
happened after.
Yeah, that was who expected that to happen on SmackDown? Like If you did not watch SmackDown, it's been about a week now. It'll be a week tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Rock showed up, and Cody gave his
Spiel, his
WrestleMania
speech.
opportunity to The Rock.
So
That's the gist
by
of it.
now everybody knows how it went down, so I don't think we need to get into
Yeah, that's about
what
as much as
would
I'm getting
happen.
into it.
But the stories that came out afterwards, like
Ooh,
was it a work? Was it not a work? Everybody's saying it's a work now, obviously, but what do you think?
The wrestling brain of me is already like, it's kind of told me, it's like, yeah, this is a work, and they are playing it off as if, like, The Rock was the plan all along. Cody Rhodes is going to win the Rumble, but Cody's going to do this, and they're going to do the plan that they're doing right now with The Rock getting the opportunity to WrestleMania. So my brain is like, yes, this is a work, and they are working the shit out of this audience. And it is, I mean, if you see the internet over the last week, it has been, we want Cody, and now you've got, as of today, The Rock on ESPN calling people Cody crybabies. Oh my God, like,
I wasn't expecting that because I thought they were going to try to keep Rock as face as possible.
They are working. This is like master manipulation of the audience right now. Like, the internet wrestling community is being like worked so hard they don't realize it. But
see, and I think this is you. So you think it was all planned?
Oh, it's God. That's
from the beginning.
Absolutely,
from before Rock even showed up.
Why else would they make? Because they had those Cody Rhodes Royal Rumble T-shirts printed off already, ready to sell. Why would you make Cody Rhodes Rumble T-shirts to have prepared for that moment?
Yeah, I think everything was planned up to the Rumble, and I think having The Rock come out was also planned. I'm not entirely sold on the heat that WWE got once they realized that Cody was giving up his spot to give to The Rock instead of having The Rock face Roman in Australia.
Yeah, that's the only part of this that I don't think WWE was prepared for, is the fact that The Rock is getting booed right now. I think there
were Rocky sucks chants.
Yeah, they apparently what's the word I'm looking for? They muffled the crowd noise at Raw.
Really?
Yeah. And it was completely unexpected, but Michael Cole and Seth Rollins were, like, Cole's always talking, but Seth Rollins was cutting a promo, and there were Rocky sucks chants, and they were not prepared for the crowd to react like that. I think WWE thought
Rollins acknowledged it in his promo.
I think that WWE was thinking that they were going to get Rock chants, like, yeah, Rock is great, like, everyone's so happy that The Rock is back, and that they were going to get big Cody chants, but what they're getting now is
insane.
What the hell is The Rock doing here? He hasn't done shit for us. Here's Cody. He's even bigger now, which is, again, why it's obviously them working.
That's why I think part of this, yes, part of it is the work, but I think part of it is now they pivoted because they seen the reaction. Yeah, I don't think they expected that hardcore of a reaction against The Rock, because everybody's been asking for Rock versus Roman. Well, now they're giving it to us, but it's at the expense of Cody, so nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, and I think we were talking about this earlier. I called you about it. It feels like when Batista won his last Royal Rumble and the crowd wanted Daniel Bryan to be there. And then I remember Rey Mysterio came out at 30, and the crowd literally booed. Like, there's only like one other time I know that the crowd's ever booed Rey Mysterio. But, like, they booed because it wasn't Daniel Bryan coming out for that. And then Daniel Bryan went on to win WrestleMania and take both heavyweight championships.
Let me ask you this. At Raw, there was a ton of signs that said hashtag we want Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Now people believe that WWE gave them out, but I saw a post about a father and son duo making a ton of signs to hand out to the people in their sections.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I think that might have been the father-son doing it themselves. Yeah, obviously. I don't. If they worked for WWE,
I mean, and it's not hard to visualize that if the hashtag was trending, people were going to show up with those signs.
But I also think, again, this is one of those moments where WWE thought they were going to get something different out of The Rock being announced as the thing for this. And it's only made Cody bigger. So now WWE is like, well, we see what this is getting online. Let's work that even more to make this angle even bigger.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I think it was. I think it was a hard pivot to push because they realized that people were pissed.
Yeah, so I think the family
I think
done it themselves.
Yeah, I think their work was to push the other belt, Rollins' belt, the heavyweight championship, and hopefully people would be satisfied with Cody getting that. And when they realized people were pissed, they're like, all right, we've got to right the ship in our favor.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, Rollins right now doesn't have a challenger. Like, there's no one. He had Punk, but Punk got hurt. But like,
well, he does
McIntyre. But
McIntyre's doing some good work right now.
But they've
got McIntyre.
But they were going to do McIntyre with Punk before they got to Mania,
and that's fine.
But now they can't.
There's a ton of other people that can have the belt and carry it. Like you said, McIntyre, Sami Zayn could do it.
Yeah,
Jay Uso should be the one that I think should get it.
Yeah, that's face. You don't want face at Mania. You want the big story. It's the big story right now is
Cody Rollins is face.
Yeah, but that's a pretty big story because that's the belt that Dusty had.
But it's not. It's a new belt.
Well, yeah, but that's the legacy of Dusty.
That's what they're pushing. That's the narrative they're pushing.
That belt is a replica with the WWE logo slapped right in the center of it.
Yeah.
Of the big gold belt from like the olden days. So they want. I'm telling you, I'm thinking what's going to happen, and it's kind of crazy to think that.
Yeah. So how does this play out for you in the next 2 months?
In my brain, I think Cody gets both nights at Mania. I'm thinking he's going to fight Rollins. He's going to beat Rollins, or you know what? It just popped in my mind now too, man. I forgot all about what the hell's his name? See, I'm forgetting even more.
Gunther?
No. Damian Priest.
Yeah,
he's got the Money in the Bank. So what if? Oh God, this would piss the crowd.
So you're thinking Cody and Rollins go fucking balls to the wall, wear each other out,
and then
Priest comes in and steals it. Which would be fine, because I think Priest could carry a belt with the faction for a while.
If any belt he's going to get, it's going to be that
Especially one. Especially if eventually the goal is to take it off of Roman and give it to a face, you want the other belt to be on a heel.
Yeah. And I think what's going to happen is that match is going to happen with him and Rollins. It's going to go down to the wire, and then all of a sudden, boom, Damian Priest comes out, cashes in. Or, Cody wins, and then he cashes it in. Either one of those two things could work.
Yeah.
And then I think it's going to be Bret Hart, Yokozuna Night 2 type situation where Rock is going to go out there. He's going to have his match with Roman. It's going to be big. And then, all the cheating stuff that's been happening is going to happen.
It's funny because I've been hearing rumors that they're not going to do a 2-night Cody thing.
I think they're going to do 2-night Cody. I think that it's going to be like Rock is in this fight and he's realizing like, oh crap, like I can't handle everyone in this. Cody might come down and help The Rock. You didn't think that would happen, but Cody might come down, help The Rock because he gave
or at least prevent people from interfering with The Rock.
He gave The Rock this situation to go into this match and fight Roman. He gave up his opportunity. He gave The Rock the opportunity to go in. He gave his opportunity for The Rock to go in to fight Roman. He sees Roman trying to do the same thing, so Cody comes out night 2 to stop the rest of the bloodline from doing all their stuff. And then The Rock realizes, like, oh shit, like I can't do this. I can't, like, I'm gonna lose. Like, I'm hurt. Something's going on. In goes Cody. He's like, this was your story all along. You go in, you finish it. Cody fights Roman. Cody beats Roman. Boom.
But logistically, I don't see how Roman would be like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll fight him. You'd have to have it forced.
You could force it. That's the whole thing. The crowd is there to force the hand. The crowd's already trying to force the hand to have Cody do it now.
But it's already been established that Roman doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but the crowd and the management is the what.
Yeah, so you'd have to have Nick Aldis or who does SmackDown? Nick Aldis, right?
Yeah, it's Aldis. And I mean that's how fucking Daniel Bryan got into the matches that he got into. The crowd willed Daniel Bryan into WrestleMania. And the crowd can do the same thing at WrestleMania where it's like, we want Cody to fight Roman. Let's get it right now.
So that feels too on the nose to do a repeat to me.
How's that on the nose?
You literally just said they're going to Daniel Bryan the whole thing. And then you laid it out.
Yeah, but there's a difference in this. Daniel Bryan didn't win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but in this situation, it doesn't even matter that Cody won the Rumble.
It matters because Cody can still be like, you know what? I shouldn't have done what I did. I did it and I was stupid and...
Or something happens and he can't fight Rollins, so he still has the choice. and he cashes in after Roman Reigns faces The Rock on night 1.
Yeah, but that sounds cheap to have him be like, well, the Rock has beaten down Roman, and now I'm going to step in. I think it's going to happen a lot sooner. I think Rock is going to get his moment a little bit, but I still think it's going to be that, like, Cody comes out and does the save, and it's like, nah, we're not going to cheat. You want to finish the story, go for it, Rock.
What if instead of after Cody beats Rollins, in the middle of it, Damian Priest comes in?
So technically, like a triple threat?
No. Like, well, I mean, he would just be able to cash in the middle of the match, right?
Yeah, but if the match is still going on, it just becomes a triple threat.
Okay, so they do that. Priest wins. Cody gets cheated, and that makes it so that Cody is still eligible to pick his match because technically he didn't get his match. He got a forced match.
Well, that's what leads me to think. I mean, it's going to be a cheating scenario. That's what
somewhere, yeah.
Every Bloodline match has basically had someone come out and do something to help Roman. So I think it's going to be the same situation. Someone's coming out, help Roman. Cody sees it. Cody's like, nah, I gave you my opportunity. You're going to get this right. We're going to get this done. Stops in, blah, blah, blah. Somehow The Rock is going to get out of it. Cody's going to get into it. It's going to be that Roman gets too cocky this one time and thinks he can do it and beat him. And then it's going to be that Cody wins this time.
All right. Fine. But let me tell you mine that you're probably going to hate. All right.
Out of nowhere, fucking Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan walks down to the ring.
John Morrison comes out.
Just slow motions on the stage. Yeah. Out of nowhere, R-Truth cashes in the Money in the Bank that he stole from Dave.
He goes, I got the 24/7 belt. But, all right, so night 1, you'll have... see, this wouldn't work because then people would know for night 2. But let's just say night 1 is Seth and Rollins, and Damian Priest interrupts, so Cody gets...
Rollins.
Yes, Seth and Rollins. Seth and Cody, Priest interrupts, Priest wins, Cody's pissed. So he talks to the GMs, and they agree that because it was interrupted, he still is eligible. And then, in the meantime, this is the part you're not going to like. The Rock doesn't need a belt, so it's pretty clear that he's not going to win. So how do you get The Rock to win if you wanted to win clean instead of a DQ? You fight for the head of the table. That's been the whole storyline of the Samoan family anyway.
But I think right now, just because of how they have ended up working into this, the Cody winning that belt is way bigger than The Rock winning a seat at the table.
So what if you did this? What if The Rock versus Reigns was night 1 for the head of the table?
There ain't no way they're making Reigns wrestle twice.
It can be forced.
I guess.
Okay, because Cody would have to wrestle twice too, but Reigns would be back-to-back nights. So the build-up to WrestleMania would be for Rock and Reigns to fight for the head of the table.
But you think it's going to be
it would cause
sways?
It would cause division within the Samoan family. You get Jey Uso to team up with The Rock. Then Reigns has got Jimmy and Solo. Maybe Rikishi comes in and tries to calm them all down, and it doesn't work. You could do this whole storyline all the way up to WrestleMania.
So you're thinking night 1, fight for the table. Night 2, Cody versus Roman.
Rock wins clean. Roman's no longer the head of the table.
Roman's losing power.
Roman loses the power. Then night 2, Cody gets interrupted with his match with Rollins, which is already going to be scheduled.
Well, see, I think maybe you'd have that match still on night 1.
Because you need a championship match?
Yeah, so maybe beforehand or after. Like, I don't see Rock not doing main event, so it had to be before Rock.
Fine.
Yeah.
This is fine. We could do that. Damian Priest interrupts. He gets the belt. Cody's pissed. He goes and talks to the GMs, and they agree that because Priest interrupted, he should still be able to cash in his Rumble win.
So they say,
but you can only do it tomorrow night. They don't really do promo work during PPEs, right?
Yeah.
PLEs?
Yeah, not really.
So, I don't know how they could do that, but to me, it would work, and it would satisfy everything.
They do it after the match, so give Rock his moment where he's got the...
They'd have to do it in ring.
Yeah, it'd have to be in ring. Give Rock his moment to have, like, oh, I did it. Acknowledge me, I'm number 1 at the table. I mean, who cares who wins that match, really? Like, it could either be The Rock or it could be Roman. But I like the idea now of what you're saying, too.
Cody loses.
I think
he gets pissed. The GMs come out because Cody's losing his mind. They say, you'll have your match. We'll figure it out. Then they go to the next one, and it's Rock versus Reigns. Rock wins, and Rock just says, I'm the head of the table now. Cody does his match. You're fighting him tomorrow night.
That's a serious power move by The Rock. He owns the table, too, because, he works for TKO.
Oh, yeah.
But, so here's what you're saying. You're saying that Rock and Roman night 1, you got the other heavyweight championship match beforehand. Damian Priest cashes in, wins that. Rock beats Roman, which weakens the bloodline, and chaos happens between them afterwards. They can't figure it out.
So now,
after the match, Cody
Jimmy doesn't know who to listen to, so he's not going to help Roman tomorrow night.
Oh, yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. So it's going to be The Rock is basically going to be like, all right, well, Solo and Jay are like,
you can't do anything.
Yeah, you guys.
Nobody interfere with this match.
I'm your fucking boss now. Tomorrow, you're fighting Cody Roman, and then there's like, oh, God.
And then you just got little Paul Heyman just slinkering away.
He's like, what are you talking about?
He's like, where's CM Punk?
He gives the face just.
Well, we know he can't go, Brock!
Yeah, oh no, you can't. We can't censor that. We'll censor that later. Can't bring those names up in these podcasts. We'll get.
My bad.
But, I like that. So it weakens the bloodline night 1, and then night 2, it's like, all right.
There's a whole
Cody
power
has
structure.
got it right now. Like, it's just Cody Roman.
Or,
this is what. And you know what?
If they want to extend it and play with it a little bit, separate those two events, night 1, night 2, but have the GMs be like, you're right, we fucked up.
Well, no, hold on. We're going to pause right there because Cody had mentioned in the ring, I think it was on SmackDown, that he had Roman beat before the Bloodline came in to do what they do and cheat. So now what you're saying makes a lot more sense. So night 1, Rock beats Roman. Rock controls the Bloodline. Roman is fucking weakened. Roman is told he has to fight. Night 2 against Cody. Crowd's fucking hyped. Night 1, and they're like,
all he's got to do is tell the GMs, let's make this official or he loses the belt. And he has to.
Yeah, he's got to do it because he's not the head of the table. He has no power of the belt. And then Cody wins night 2, and the whole internet explodes.
And then you could do this whole thing where Jimmy and Solo try to come help Roman, but The Rock's music plays, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
The stage, you can't do that. You listen to me now.
Yeah, I storyline wise, I like it. Yeah, it'd be hard to pull off, but it sounds like they're gonna push this thing to SummerSlam.
I don't think they are. I think they're gonna just get it. I think Cody's gonna get it on them, and they've got till April, so they've got plenty of time between now and then, especially with how the internet's buzzing right now to get Cody to have this match. So if they just keep the same way they're going and keep making The Rock look like a dick and keep making Cody look huge, the win that Cody gets over Roman on potentially night 2, if that's what happens, it's going to be even bigger than what it would have been if it was just, I won the Rumble, now I'm going to go into night 1 or 2 and fight Roman.
Yeah.
Because that would have just been the typical thing. You win Rumble, you fight Roman. But now he's got The Rock in his way. So if he goes all the way through that, and then The Rock does his story, because something we didn't mention here, it was never mentioned that The Rock is fighting Roman for the title in this match. It just stared at him.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it might not be that.
It's not implied at all that he's going to fight for the title. He just wants to fight Roman for whatever reason. They haven't said that yet, and I'm sure between now
the only thing that has been mentioned is him saying he wants to sit at the head of the table in that first promo when he came
and that was months before the Rumble. I forgot when that happened. Was that
it wasn't a month? I think maybe a month.
Are you sure it was a month? Because when did he show up on TV? Was that day 1?
It wasn't that long before the Rumble.
Was it day 1 that he showed up on?
I don't think so.
That was a Raw, though. So it wouldn't have
I don't know. Raw. But personally, I think the timing of this was great.
Yeah, no,
because you know what we haven't mentioned at all? The real drama. So it worked.
I think they've got plenty of time between now and April to keep the buzz that's going right now online and make it to where.
And obviously, I mean Kevin Patrick being fired.
Yeah, God, poor Kevin Patrick. I don't know. I mean, that was crazy. That was just out of nowhere firing that poor guy. Lost his whole job, whole livelihood.
It was. I get it though. It was hard to understand him sometimes.
Yeah, SmackDown's got Barrett and Graves now. Graves needs his own show, so let him have it. Because Pat McAfee's back.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee's back.
Just utter nonsense from him.
That's all that matters. Now, if only they can bring Mauro Ranallo back. I don't think you watched him. He was on NXT Gold back in the day, the real NXT with Adam Cole and all these guys. So goddamn good.
OG NXT.
Yeah, he does. I think he does Bellator UFC stuff now. He's always Mamma Mia! Oh!
So, That's the big stuff.
Yeah, that's the big wrestling storyline going right now. Honestly, it's probably the biggest. I honestly think it's the biggest thing going in wrestling right now.
We haven't mentioned Bayley's storyline, which is great.
Oh yeah. I was watching Raw. I think
that promo was good.
Were we talking on the phone when we were watching it? I think I was talking to Rachel.
We were texting back and forth,
and I was telling Rachel, I was like, "Now watch, Bayley's gonna pop out of the background. Io's gonna do all of her stuff." And Bayley's going to have heard the entire thing. And then I was like, there she is.
Yeah, you texted that to me, too.
I was like, there she is. She popped out. And then I told Rachel, too, beforehand. I was like, watch, Bayley just randomly knows Japanese, and she's going to understand. And then she popped out the Japanese. I'm like, bro, it's like I looked at her. I was like, it's like I write this shit. How did I know?
So that means you got the women's championship set for that one.
What does Rhea do?
Well, in Australia, she's going to destroy... Well, she might... She's not going to lose to Nia Jax because it's in Rhea's home.
Is that her singles match?
Not for WrestleMania, but for Perth.
Perth, yeah. So the Elimination Chamber is happening first, obviously. There's going to be a men's and a women's. So who do you think the 6 women are going to be in?
Well, isn't one already Becky Lynch?
Yeah, so Becky's one, I think. I think Jade Cargill is going to be in there.
So you have to have a qualifier match, right?
You can just throw her.
Well, we know Shayna Baszler's not, although sometimes I feel like she deserves it.
We know Bianca's going to be in there, so that's 3. We know Liv is going to be in there, 4. Who's 5 and 6?
You think Nia gets in there? No, she's going to be fighting.
Nia might have a singles match.
She's going to have the singles match.
She could also get in there and then win it and then go to Mania and fight her at Mania.
Who are we missing that's big? I'm missing a big one.
So that could happen. We could put Nia in there at 5. Because if she wins it and then goes to Mania and wins the belt.
So she's going to lose?
Why would she lose?
She's going to lose to Rhea in a singles match first?
Well, I don't know if she's fighting Rhea at Elimination Chamber.
They just had Nia attack her.
Yeah, no, but that could set up for her going into
it is already set up because the last, was it Raw? Rhea came out and said she wanted Nia Jax that night. And what's his name? Not Nick Aldis.
Adam Pearce.
Said, you'll get her, but not now.
Okay, so we got Bianca, Becky, Liv, I said Cargill. Who's 5 and 6?
There's a big one I can't think of, and it's
probably gonna be Zoe Stark. Maybe 1. Because they were pushing her for a while beforehand.
When do you think Alexa Bliss is gonna go?
I don't know. She's got that baby shit still going.
Got that baby.
Yeah, she's already had her baby. She's probably gonna be sitting out for a little bit longer. But that's 5. Because I look at that.
There's somebody big that we're not thinking of.
Charlotte's hurt, so she can't do it.
Yeah, she gone.
I can't think of a 6th woman to put in this dang thing.
And it's right there.
Like who have they been pushing a lot recently? That's the problem.
It's like, who's the big name that we're not thinking of?
I don't know why we're blanking. I can't think of who has been being pushed besides like the Baileys and stuff like that. Like singles wise, they are pushing Bayley. They are pushing
Becky Lynch.
Yeah, Becky. They're pushing Bianca.
Nia.
Yeah. There's someone we're clearly missing, and I can't think of who the hell the 6th one is. To be honest,
just bring Jordan from TNA.
Yeah, Jordan Grace back in the Elimination Chamber.
Just keep bringing her back.
I don't know. TNA is in a lot of.
She might be coming back permanently.
Did you see what happened today?
Today?
Yeah.
Did it happen today? The guy that got fired?
Yeah, Scott D'Amore. He got fired. Apparently, stories came out. He was trying to buy TNA, and TNA wanted an Anthem guy running the company, so they fired D'Amore, and no one's having a good time. Like, a lot of the TNA talents are super upset, and it kind of sucks because their momentum was really high.
Yeah, it was like there was talks that they were going to overtake AEW.
Yeah, their momentum has been so high right now, and then you just fire like one of the most like beloved like owners backstage.
What a horrible time for a power grab.
Yeah, well, I mean, like why did they like? He had like a big bank like backing him to buy this thing. So I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to be like, we're going to just fire the guy who everyone likes backstage and just hire one of our guys who will listen to us and not do what he wants. but he'll do what we want. Like, your company's just getting back to what it used to be almost, and then you just
I've been seeing this stuff everywhere.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot, and it sucks.
They NWA'd themselves.
They did. They cocained on live TV themselves and lost whatever momentum they had coming out of the fucking Rumble. Like, they had one of their top champions in the Rumble.
And
Nash, this is a around the world scene thing, and now they're like, we fired our boss. Bang, bang.
Didn't they just get a couple guys from WWE on there too?
They did. They just got
Nick Namath
and
somebody else I can't think of. Namath was the big one.
Yeah, he was the big one. They just got him. They had Okada on there. Like, they were doing big things, and now they just, like I said, they fired their boss. They cocained themselves, and they're gone.
AEW better jump on this and figure out their shit.
Yeah, I mean, next week, I think it is, they're bringing in Sasha Banks. Like, they've made it pretty obvious. It says Boss 10. Like, if it's not Sasha Banks and they have someone else named Boss, I'm going to be so fucking mad. I'm like, what are you doing? You had the opportunity. You named the damn show after her, and you bring in, like...
Instead of, like, Mercedes Moné, it's, like, Lincoln Cash.
Yeah. Oh, God, she's going to have a stupid name. She's going to... Lincoln Cash. Lincoln Dollar. Sorry. She's going to have a terrible name. I hope they don't come in like that.
Cadillac Money.
But there's also been, I mean, this is a small thing. No one knows what the hell's going on. There's been, like, tease on NXT of a brand new character debuting there. I
hope it's better than that.
Are you talking about the masked guy?
The code breaker guy. What the hell was that?
Oh my God.
He had all the riddles or whatever.
Scripts,
yeah.
Scripts. I feel so bad because that guy's like from Cirque du Soleil, so he's like really athletic and shit. But you put him in the stupidest leather mask with his hair dangling at the top of it. He looked like a goddamn fool. Like,
it was bad, and like the build-up was good.
Such a bad idea. Yeah, why build this character and then you give him a stupid name, Scripts? It was with a Y. It was Scripts with a Y.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
It was the worst thing they've ever done, but it doesn't seem like that's what this is about to be. People are still holding out hope that it's Okada, but I'm like, why are you gonna put Okada in NXT? Like, and they actually had Bronson Reed on a live interview mention that he'd love to fight him again, and I'm like, why would you bring up his name? You're not like he's not there yet. You can't do that unless
Bronson Reed's going back down because he's boring to me.
He's boring, yeah, but I like his shit with Ivar. His shit with Ivar has been cool lately.
I guess
Ivar, he's been alright too. Who the fuck is fighting Gunther? Who is gonna? He's gonna have a Mania match. Who is he fighting at the Rumble or the Rumble? WrestleMania.
It's Jay.
Jay.
Jay. Yeah, because they just did something, and I can't remember now. But something happened.
You think he's gonna be in the Elimination Chamber to try to fight for a spot at Mania?
No, I think he's going to fill his time until WrestleMania to fight Gunther.
No, I'm talking about Gunther. You think Gunther's going to put himself in the Elimination Chamber match to try to get to the heavyweight championship?
Maybe they do Jay versus Gunther in Perth and Gunther loses.
I don't think Gunther loses there. He's got to lose somewhere bigger.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because if they put him in the Elimination Chamber. See, the men's Elimination Chamber doesn't make sense.
It's confusing. There's a lot of moving parts in the men's side right now, whereas the women's...
So the men's Elimination Chamber would have to be for either the Intercontinental or the United States Championship. Because if The Rock is going to do Reigns for WrestleMania...
then who's going to... You can't have either one. I don't know. Maybe it is going to be for the Intercontinental Championship, but that seems like a downgrade from what it is, because the women's was obviously going to be for the women's title, but who do you think is going to be in it for the Intercontinental? It can't be Miz, I think, because they said if the Miz loses a match, he can't do the Intercontinental Championship as long as Gunther holds it anymore. So unless this like he wins it and then he chooses because of the stipulation in the chamber or whatever.
Whatever the thing is I know that they're building up something between Jay and Gunther because there was a promo cut.
We put Jay in the Elimination Chamber. That's one.
Unless they face at Elimination Chamber as the main event. Because, Rome is not facing anybody at Elimination Chamber.
Australia. I still think maybe you're right. Maybe the Intercontinental.
Seth's not because he's injured.
So maybe the chamber is for a shot at the IC title at Mania.
Yeah.
So Jay, McIntyre. You put McIntyre in there?
McIntyre's build-up has been to go against Seth.
Yeah. He lost to Seth at day one, though. Okay, so we'll say Jay. We'll say McIntyre. I think Zayn goes in there.
Yeah.
4. See, this is where it's tricky because I'm like, who the hell else have they been building up? Like, who else?
Well, we're focusing on what? Just Raw, right? So
I'm just kind of.
There's other ones that we're not thinking of that they'll just throw in there.
Do you think they put Balor in there?
I can see.
Like Balor? Someone from Judgment Day.
Yeah, they can put Balor in there because I bet pretty soon those guys are going to lose their tag belts.
Yeah, so we'll put Balor in there. We'll put, who the heck? Maybe Gable?
Gable would be nice.
Gable would be really cool.
He deserves it, man.
Yeah. And then 6, maybe The Miz? Maybe he could try to earn his...
There's somebody bigger that we're not thinking
of. Claws and try to get back in there. Maybe he wins the tag titles with R-Truth. Awesome.
That's kind of what they're building up.
Okay. Who the hell else on Raw have they been building up to put into the Elimination Chamber as the 6th man? It's difficult to think. I'm trying to think of who the heck.
I almost got to pull up the roster.
The roster. Why don't they call it that?
Oh my god.
The roster. I'm honestly struggling to figure out who the heck they could put in there because
yeah, I'm going blank now. We were just going through this earlier.
And then after this, I got to start wrapping it up, too, because it's almost 6 o'clock.
She's got to go. Did she text you?
Yeah, I'm sure she is. I hear my phone buzzing up there. I honestly can't think of who the heck they've been building up, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Maybe a random, Gargano, you think they throw him in there?
No, because he's built for a tag team right now, isn't he?
Yeah, but then they got...
Kevin Owens?
Kevin Owens is SmackDown. He's got the U.S. title.
He's got the U.S. title?
He's going to be fighting for it.
Oh, they're redoing that Logan.
Logan Paul's got it, so I think he's going to end up fighting for it from now till Mania.
Andrade's back.
Well, there we go. Andrade. Perfect, because he has nothing right now.
Yeah.
Because he's not on SmackDown fighting with, what the heck is his name? The SmackDown version of Andrade, and I forgot his name, Escobar. So he's not ever there fighting Escobar.
Bobby Lashley? I don't know what he's doing.
Lashley's on SmackDown.
Is he? I'm just going through a list now, man.
Yeah, they just actually brought in a woman, old B-Fab.
Yeah, that's right.
With their team, and they're going to fight Karrion Kross's team. I don't know if that's going to happen at Chamber, but it might stretch from now till Mania, and then it's just going to be another match on Mania. That's something that's got to start happening soon, too. A lot of random mid-matches and storylines are going to have to start ending, so I think maybe that's one that ends at Mania.
Yep.
I don't know. There's a lot to go on. Wrestling is...
We're pretty much done, but I do want to remind you, Revolution for AEW is coming up. And it's Sting's last match.
What is that?
I got to look up the date, but we can't forget it.
The 13th of March.
Okay, so we have to watch that one, even if we haven't been paying attention.
Did you see the new shirt they put out?
No.
Go on your phone now. AEW just put out a brand new shirt featuring Surfer Sting and white and black face paint AEW Sting. And I won't lie, I don't buy modern shirts or modern clothing very much, but I really, really, really want this shirt. It is probably the coolest shirt I've ever seen AEW or any wrestling company put out in a long time. And I genuinely hate most of the new product that these wrestling companies will put out because it's really boring. Have you found it yet?
I'm just getting to the shop.
Oh. Just type in.
Oh, it's like a split shirt?
Yeah.
That was kind of dope.
It's really nice, right? Modern, modern wrestling clothes are very generic and boring and just fonts and
That's got a vintage vibe.
Yeah, and I absolutely love that. If you've got whoever watches this or listens to this, look up that shirt. It's split in half, Surfer Sting, white and black Sting. I honestly think I might buy that shirt, and I don't buy modern clothing. But this is the coolest wrestling shirt I've ever seen. And if it hasn't sold out yet, I'm hoping it hasn't. But
and then, real quick, before we're done, with the announcements that you want to talk about that you can't talk about, if things go well, this whole thing changes too, and we will need guests.
Oh yeah. Actually, I was telling your wife about it upstairs too. I was like, Michael and me are gonna have to start shooting these podcasts in the wrestling ring. It'd be fucking sick. Sit in a ring, it'd be pretty sick. I think we should do that.
Well, it's easier to get the guests, too.
Yeah, because the guests would already be there. So we would just have to shoot it in a ring, which would be, the best setting for a podcast.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot to move anyway, equipment-wise. So, Honestly, we could just bring these bad boys. But all right.
Wrap it up.
We're wrapping it up right now. We've gone 40 minutes. Thank you for listening once again or watching, because this is the first time you're going to see our actual faces on YouTube. Episode 9, if we're correct on how many episodes we have created, will be next week without delay, as long as we're not sick and dying.
You may need to edit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Why you think it's not 8?
Well, I'm pretty sure I dropped an F-bomb.
That's fine. It's the internet.
I think we just lose. It's not like we got commercials.
Oh, you got any sponsorship or anything? I'll post this. I'll start posting clips. I'll start clipping this and putting it on TikTok. Andy Lives. Instagram, same thing. Hot Rod Daddy Andy on Facebook. Hot Rod Daddy Andy Show on Facebook as well. Big announcements coming soon. I'll tell you where I'm wrestling. I got a lot of stuff coming up in March. February. Actually, I do have a lot in February too. But I'll tell you about more of that stuff as it gets close to the dates. I'm going to cut this off now. Cool. See ya!